Imagine an AI that knows your favorite jokes, weird rabbit holes, and daily habits, then turns them into art. This is Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 149. A Reddit user shared 30 ready-made prompts that make ChatGPT pull details straight from its memory of your past chats. Instead of starting from a blank page, you let the tool reach back into everything you have already told it about your hobbies, pets, inside jokes, and daily routines. Think of it like handing a sketch artist a scrapbook you have been filling for months, rather than trying to describe yourself in one rushed sentence. The prompts turn that memory into images, such as a cutaway house labeled "Inside My Brain," with separate rooms for work, hobbies, and running jokes. Another prompt creates a video game character select screen where each playable character shows a different side of your personality. A third turns your habits into a board game with spaces and rules drawn from what you actually do every day. Most image tools fall back on broad stereotypes that could fit anyone, but these prompts aim for results that feel specific to you. For students working on projects about identity or memory, the approach gives a fresh way to explore self-expression without starting from scratch. You might be surprised when the image includes a small detail you had forgotten you ever mentioned. The prompts work best after you have used ChatGPT for a while with memory turned on, so the notebook of details has time to grow thick. To try it, open the ChatGPT site on your phone or laptop, copy one of the prompts from the original post, paste it in, and add a note telling the tool to use everything it already knows about you. If you want the person in the picture to look like you, upload a reference photo and ask the tool to keep your recognizable features. The results can feel both fun and oddly revealing at the same time. Here is the deeper part worth understanding. Picture the chatbot as a student who keeps a running notebook of every conversation you have ever had. Each new message adds a few lines to that notebook about your tastes, routines, and stories. When you ask for a personal image, the tool flips through the notebook and pulls out the matching entries instead of guessing from nothing. The longer you chat over weeks, the more pages the notebook contains, which is why later images feel more accurate. It is not reading your mind or storing secrets. It is simply treating your past messages like a reference sheet it keeps on the desk. Once you picture that notebook, the feeling that the AI somehow knows you starts to make practical sense. That same notebook habit is also why you need to stay careful about what you type into personal accounts. A recent warning highlights the risks of feeding work or school data into free versions of tools like ChatGPT without approval. When you paste internal documents or customer details, that information can be stored or reviewed by the AI company in ways your employer or school never agreed to. Students with part-time jobs should check the rules first before dropping any real names, numbers, or private files into a personal chat. The practice is sometimes called shadow AI because people use the tools quietly and do not always see the privacy ripple effects. You can sidestep the problem by keeping work and personal conversations in completely separate accounts. If you are unsure, start with general brainstorming that never includes actual private details. In other news, a judge ruled that the Pentagon could not blacklist the AI company Anthropic on the earlier grounds given. The decision shows that governments and AI labs are still working out the basic rules of how they will treat each other. It is a reminder that policies around these tools are being written and rewritten in real time. That court outcome also shows why paying attention to the legal side matters, even if you are just using the tools for school projects. One quick experiment you can run today is to open the ChatGPT site and try the board game prompt first. Paste the prompt, add the instruction to pull from your memory, and notice which small details the image actually includes. Another experiment is to create the character select screen version and compare it to how you usually describe yourself to new people. Both take only a minute and give you a concrete sense of what the memory feature can and cannot capture. A third quick try is to test the coat of arms prompt and see which symbols feel most personal once the image appears. Each one costs nothing and works in a regular browser. The court ruling on Anthropic is worth watching because it affects how quickly new tools reach the public. For now, it mainly affects the companies themselves, but the pattern will shape what free tools look like in the coming months. That is it for today. Remember, every AI expert started exactly where you are right now. If something we talked about today made you curious, go try it. That's literally how learning works. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Nera Network. Links in the show notes. Quick tip from the network. Try Fascinating Frontiers next. The most fascinating news from space and science. Every Nera Network show is free at neranetwork.com. Following the long arcs, story trackers on neranetwork.com follow major programs across episodes. Tesla, SpaceX, AI, space science, and more. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.